London is one of the most expensive cities in the world. But how much does it actually cost to live here as a couple? From rent to groceries to eating out. In this video, we're breaking down all our monthly expenses.
And trust us, some of these numbers may surprise you. Okay, so we're going to break down our expenses into fixed expenses and variable expenses. So let's get started with the fixed expenses first. Number one, rent is of course our biggest expense. No surprise there. Depending on where you live, rent can vary a lot. For example, in Zone 1, rents can easily go above £3,000 for 2-bedroom, and in Zone 2 and 3, it could be anywhere between £1,800 to £2,800.
We live in a 2-bedroom flat in Zone 2 and we pay roughly around £2,800 a month. Our rent has increased roughly 3% year over year, and on top of the rent, we also pay council tax. Now, council tax will also depend on which zone you are. So for us, it's about £150 per month.
On top of that, we pay utilities, which are roughly the same month over month. So for water, we pay about £40, electricity about £60, and there's something called East London Energy, which is for heated water, etc. We pay £60 again. So actually, our combined utilities tend to cost about £160 per month for a 2-bed flat. So if you take our entire rent, utilities and council tax, we're paying about £3,110 monthly.
Alright, let's move on to transportation now. We both commute to work through the public transport. In my case, it's 2 to 3 days a week.
And in my case, it's 5 days a week.
And a tube ride roughly costs us £3 for one way. And accounting for an occasional cab here or there, we roughly spend about £250 a month as a couple on just transportation.
Another expense which is currently fixed for us is subscriptions. So for example, we pay £40 per month for gym, and for Spotify, Netflix, Prime, Disney, we pay about £40 again. So our total subscriptions actually come out to be £80 plus per month. We didn't really realize how much we're spending on subscriptions. So it's a gentle reminder for all of you to review our subscriptions and cancel those that have stopped serving their purpose.
And once you live in London, you realize a lot of expenses are here in the UK, but a part of your money still goes back home.
Whether it's sending money to parents or helping with family expenses or even sending money back to India for investments.
And if you are an NRI like us, you probably know the pain of sending money internationally. Hidden fees, confusing exchange rates, and sometimes the rates you see on Google are not really the rates you actually get.
And that's why we recently started using Aspora. What we really like about using Aspora is the fact that the exchange rate that you see on Google is the exact exchange rate that you get on Aspora. No surprises, no hidden fees, which honestly makes a lot of difference when you're regularly sending money.
Plus, if you're in the UK and sending money to India, your first transfer is absolutely free if you use our code ROANDVISH. We'll leave that in the description below.
Over 1 million Indians abroad are already using Aspora. So if you are somebody who regularly sends money back home, it's definitely worth checking out.
Alright, now that we've covered the responsible adult part of our finances, let's get back to where the rest of our money goes.
So our first variable expense is groceries. We usually order groceries online, but we also do last-minute shopping from nearby physical stores such as Sainsbury's or Tesco's or Waitrose, whatever is on the way basically. And we spend about £90 per month.
We know it looks really low, but for the past few months, we've really cut down on our cooking at home and have subscribed to meal prep services, which we would highly recommend. I personally go for Thrive, which is ready to eat and high protein meals.
And I go for Planty, which is vegetarian meals and vegan meals. So if you're somebody vegetarian or vegan, would highly recommend.
And the expenses of these meal prep services come out to be about £70 a week, which translates to £280 a month.
If you are busy professionals like us and want to eat healthy, we will leave the referral codes in the description below. Moving on.
Talking about food, we also eat out occasionally. And this is where London really tests you. We love exploring food scene in London and usually go out about once a week. And on average, we spend about £60 per outing, which totals to £240 a month. So in all, as a couple, our entire expenses on food comes out to be about £600 a month.
And the next variable expense is entertainment and shopping. This is something that we don't do every month, but we do end up doing something or the other every month. You know what I mean? For example, theatre, shopping for clothes, and random experiences like exhibitions or going to a friend's place and getting a gift for them for their housewarming or a birthday. So in all, I guess we spend about £200 roughly per month.
So overall, when you add everything up, we spend about £4,200 a month as a couple living in London. And that is just the bare minimum. This does not cover any of the miscellaneous expenses such as buying a gadget or going on a vacation. So mind you, those are just the minimum expenses that we incur every month.
And if you're curious to see how our expenses increased year over year, we made the exact same video last year covering our expenses for 2025. We will leave that video in the description below. We know that the cost of living in London is very high, but at the same time, London offers plethora of opportunities, lifestyle, and experiences. So it all depends on what you value in your life. We hope this video gave you the realistic picture of what it costs to live in London. And if you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's planning to move to London. Let us know in the comments below which expense shocked you the most. Until next time.